Better Torri. For better Torri, we dey learn, share, and grow together. When we don't join our hands them, our community go dey kampe.
Plenty parents them, plenty papa them, mommy them, they not be comfortable for talk about sexual and reproductive health because community see am like saying a shameful thing for talk about they see a lot of stigma be attached to the issue, and so young people then be left by themselves for learn from their friends, for learn for television. But today we don't bring una an expert on sexual and reproductive health.
For better Torri, we dey learn, share, and grow together.
Country people them, na good afternoon. Today again another episode for Better Torri, and remember say for Better Torri we talk about things and way they relate to young people them, picking them when they live with HIV. And today we get another very interesting topic, na sexual and reproductive health. Mr. Joseph, you be welcome.
Thank you very much, Fanny.
I know so you be a very good expert in sexual and reproductive health. You don't do a lot of trainings. You don't work with many young people there. Wait till you fit tell we sexual and reproductive health it mean for simple talk for we all man for better to if you understand.
It just simply means say people then they be physically, they be emotionally, they be psychologically healthy as far as their reproductive system and anything will be related to reproductive health and sexual health will be concerned. And you go further for also for include say people, individual then they get that ability for choose when they want for get belay or whether they want for even get picking at all, and for the one there where they don't get when they want to get another one.
Okay.
So basic I just simply sexual and reproductive health.
Okay. So why you think say sexual and reproductive health be important?
That be very important question. We will look at this sexual and reproductive health, but specifically for adolescents or for young people. Then, you see, say it be very important because of who we adolescent then be. You know, when we talk about adolescents, young men, young people, then where they cross from being picking to become adults, and within this transition, within this period, so if they ever be made up of plenty, they get plenty changes, then they get plenty challenges the two way that they go through, and most of the time then they know they really understand. And also within this period, so the kind decision the way they take or thing the way they happen for them, they inform how their life tomorrow will be, the kind of quality of life where they will get them as adults. So most of it be like a period of where they lay foundation for their adulthood. And I check say this particular period, so not in a period where any parent need for shy away for really come close to their beginning as far as this matter for sexual and reproductive health issue will be concerned.
When we talk about sexual and reproductive health, where to be some of those areas the way you think say parents and need to talk about?
Key thing and be first we talk about sex education.
Okay.
That means say you need to be able to talk with your pikin about sex and things in relation to sex. Talk about intimate relationships and all the things that may be related. And normally you need to start even as soon as pikin don't start for the understand anything so far as they understand any bit of thing you need for starter. Generally, we always encourage, say, when begin they for 5 years below, the basic thing you need for start to tell them about not just their body parts. You need to be able for
name the parts then?
Yes.
Okay.
Like for our culture, we always, like you earlier mentioned, we always shy away for the call some of the parts of the body we call when you reach your reproductive organs like the penis, the vagina, we not be very, not be very free for talking.
In terms of the information, how will you give the information for way you no go spoil the bikini head or send me go do some bad thing, or how will you make sure send me that information be provided, or the time way the bikini manage the information?
Thank you very much. Before I answer that, just for talk say, as we mentioned, say we talk for our Pikin for country talk. Generally, we need to talk for our Pikin there for language where we converse with them for house. The one where they be very used to, so that they feel also be comfortable and they will fit be able for understanding where we talk. They be used to their body, and if, for example, they even get anything where they affect their that part, they will be able to communicate, say, this my so and so place,
my breast
is hurting, my vagina is itchy,
hurts me,
or somebody touch it. You know, those kind of things, you tell them for that kind of way, you go make them for way where they will be comfortable for talk about them if anything happen with them. And then secondly, be important also because normally they need, if they be abused or something, a man touch them, they will be able to communicate for you. So it be very important for talk the way they, and also even help for them for become used to for their body then, and not just be used to for accept their body. So because when you be shy away from calling that particular word like the vagina, it has a way if it cause a kind of negative feeling, negative feeling about the vagina, negative feeling about the breast, negative feeling about the penis, and when we associated with negative feelings, they help them. Instead, we expose them, put them more at risk. And generally, from when they don't reach 6 years and 8 years, you need to be able to examine them because speaking them be different. So one them they reach puberty very early. So for around that 5, 7, 8, you need to already start to see whether your feet prepare them for puberty. I mean, tell them about
the changes
where they go to see them for their skin. For their skin.
For instance, which is one of those changes the way they feel see them?
So basically for boys and girls it be different. Normally you have those you get some body, like the body parts, your voice start change. For boy picking them, their chest they grow broader, they develop hairs. You need to point those, let them know say be normal. So and the kind thing that, but between that age you need to observe first to just see whether they don't then you don't talk about them. And then when they don't reach 9, 11, 9, 10, 11, obviously generally most girls picking them, they will start demonstrate or start get those changes. They become very strong. You need for also talk about them with them. And one thing we need for take note and say, when we even talk about it, not be that kind one time. Not be like say you just get one day, you don't talk to them, say, and then you don't leave them. It's supposed to be a continuous something where you need for continue for the talk with them all time.
Better Torri.
How you think say parents if you start for initiate and for carry on this conversation where you don't talk in a continuous process?
The basic thing then I say you need for make sure say you look time will be conducive, and when maybe now you and picking day for us, just two of now without the other siblings and be around.
Now they for farm, now just stroll around.
Yes. Now so you need for understand whether the environment be conducive for you, where you be okay, where you will be, where you want your startup, where you see the startup. You need for be sure say the environment, whichever environment where you want to talk really make sure say be comfortable, be conducive.
I want to not come over fight.
No, we are not people start fight. They start talk about that kind. Talk about that. But yeah, so you need to be in a relaxed way. Like I remember my woman, they share the experience with you might be that way. If you just start for seat time, you might be, you call it.
For menstruate, yes.
Yes, for menstruate, yeah. That if they say as you don't start for seat time, so if any man touch you, so no say na belle one time. And if you really take up to her, and if you the fear, that way even there for where it is menstruate, that way you see in time. You know one pass corner man. If man picking mistakenly just touch you, so he go be worried, say, hey, if this small time he go see belle go start for truth or something. So wait here, that one for mean I say we need to be frank, we need to be truthful, not the try for intimate, try for threaten them and threaten, because the more you do that, the more you instead put them, be very open to them and be very honest and sincere.
So, but some parents in the fear say when they start this education, when they start this conversation, when they start this discussion, they instead expose the picking or they instead make the picking for go try that thing they don't hear their papa then talk them. What do you think about this opinion? People already get this mindset. You think say it be okay, or you think say no, some justification the way it be important. Me parents they start this education. We the begin a year now from them. We the not hear for partner or from their friends then.
In fact, plenty people they feel that way, and even me. So sometimes the day where I did even check, say telling Pekin about sex, now encouraging he, say me get sex, but no be true. I look for my experience. I see say plenty frustrations them. Now only say God in mercy be day for my head, but plenty frustration them where I don't get, not just because of ignorance. And when you look with the work, I don't, like earlier mentioned, I don't work plenty with young people them and with girls them generally most of the time. And you really see say most of the one them where they don't allow them in the dark, they get plenty risk. They be more at risk of unwanted pregnancies. And when they even get pregnant, they'll not even tell you. So one them now, so they'll even just go move out. They get infected and many other things, and they are not taking treatment, and many other things that come into play. So generally, what people they think, but it not be true.
Okay. We talk say information are power, right?
Yes.
Yes.
When you get good information, it shed, in fact, not just power. It give you power, it give you illuminate, it give you light. So you get information, it's there like light. You know the work now in darkness. You know what is right, you know what is wrong.
You talk about how to set boundaries. If we give you examples of how parents they feel talk for picking on the kind boundaries the way they feel set them and how they feel set those boundaries.
Thank you. When you look starting from small picking, like we just start talk about from 5 years and below, as you just start tell them about the different parts of their body. That one they need to learn say, hey, this one they call and say it be a private part, but the name na penis. And when they talk say private part, means say it belong to you.
You want.
It not be now for the public. Any man not support for the touch and anyhow.
That's right.
So you are telling them that any man not support for the touch this place. Na mama or daddy where they wash you, maybe the touch, or maybe you get problem for they if he check you and all of that. Now already you don't already put there for their mind say, hey, where they be so young, so say no, this part they know any man not support for just touch and anyhow. So it is set that back for that early age. And then now when they get even to they grow older, when they relate with friends. We know very well the power of peer pressure.
Yes.
So when you need for be sure say you're picking, you get to good friends, and you don't instill those good values in them, where they no go be able to just follow friends there
anyhow.
But now when they deal with friends, we talk about those boundaries. Normally, if you get a relationship with any boy, you need to be very well defined. You need to let them know the risk of having sex, and anybody that touches them in a way where they not be comfortable at any point, they need for say no. They should be able to say no and stand on their no. Go beyond that. Every home get values. Every home get the own kind culture. And when you get picking them and they don't already get these values for them, when they start go out, they relate with others. They anything where it not be compatible with the values
where you don't teach them.
They should be able to say no.
Yes.
And I think why where Bible talks say you bring up in the child
when he
be young in the way that they should grow. When they grow old, they will not depart.
They're not going to walk up from that way.
Yes. So this thing them when we talk, even the boundary thing we talk, if they start right from those values as you teach them, they grow with them. Automatically they will be able to say no when they see anything or in a relationship that is they're trying to sway them away from those values where you don't put it.
Okay. Which you fit give as last word for parents on this topic, for make them feel comfortable and not say when they talk about sexual and reproductive health, they're doing the right thing.
Thank you. I think the few last thing that we have want for their parents and carers and say they need for understanding if they define difficulties for talk about sexual education or things that are related to sex to their begin. They no say they no be alone. Plenty people they experience it too. But me they don't leave that fear. Me stop them from go ahead. And even bad if you really define real difficulties for seek help. You feel get friend them where they talk to with their picking, you don't admire the way maybe they believe. Maybe you feel just ask one of your friend them saying that they think this way you want to do, but you don't even know how to do. So you find be bad thing for ask for help. If you even ask for person, me give you, me guide you, and people they be very available.
And we too
there where we feel be able for guide you. And then another important thing I say, it be important say we need for start somewhere, and we need for not just leave them. May they just be on themselves. Picking them, may they not just be on themselves. We need for understand, say they need we, and we need for always be with them, support them, listen to them, show them love and affection to the way they will be able to feel very free with we, for be able to open up and discuss with we, even anytime where they get any challenge or any question, they will be able to come back for them.
Contribute for them again. Na better to read this. And today we don't talk about sexual reproductive health, and we don't get a very interesting discussion. Time not there plenty for hands and bed. We would want encourage all parents, and because we know it's a very difficult topic this, but no say you know the you want, and just begin the conversation. We there for you for support you. And if you get any problem, get to we for better to read. We will help you or see how you fit talk better with this speaking them. So that will grow tomorrow. Tomorrow this speaking will grow and it will be better people them for community. Contribute for them for better to read. Each time we'll get a guest, we'll make sure we'll give them a gift as to appreciation for the work where they do and for community, for support picking them and papa them, mommy them, uncle them, and all my hopata. So that means they look at picking the way now priority. And today we'll get a gift here, a very nice clock. I wish I get money, I'll buy my own. So Mr. Gentleman, now we'll give this for you. So you can go for your office, share it with your colleague them, and tell them say this gift come for better Torri, and we'll be grateful for the work they do for community.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate this, and pray me God if He bless this better Torri.
Okay.
Before they get better Torri, may their life be better Torri. And for me, their life become better like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, bye-bye.
Better Torri. For better Torri, we dey learn, share and grow together. When we don join our hands dem, our community go dey kampe.